I haven't posted for a video for a couple of days, but I've been chock full of cold, so you just heard me spluttering every few minutes. So first I'll tell you what Charlie's been doing at school today, because he's had another lovely day. So Charlie has had a really good day doing lots of painting. We're really pleased that Charlie's starting to be more creative in ways like that at school. He's also started doing it a little bit at home, which is it's great because Charlie finds it hard to realise that we still want him to do those things at home, not just in school. So he finds it hard to realise that we are wanting the same things for him. It says, Charlie's had a good day today, numeracy, literacy, sensory and artwork. So Charlie's had a very busy day. Usually when he's doing numeracy, because his school doesn't follow like a normal curriculum of like a mainstream school, so they might be learning how to count. So they might do it through sensory work. So they might have a bowl full of water and plastic fish, and they'll put the fishes into the water, counting the fishes with Charlie as he's doing that. It's like in literacy, they'll normally learn colours. So they'll have a bag that's yellow, full of yellow objects for Charlie to make the connection that they're all the same thing. So he's doing really well. Our last meeting with school, they said that they think he's got a really good number awareness, which is brilliant, because obviously with Charlie not being able to speak to us, there's obviously a lot in there that he hasn't found a way to let out yet. So that's really positive that he's still doing really well with that. So Charlie come home and he was very bouncy and happy, boinging around the living room, which is lovely. Lots of lovely cuddles, lots of rough and tumble. So you get a few boots in face, but he doesn't mean to hurt you. That's what stimulates Charlie. Lots of nice rough and tumble play, jumping around, being spun, playing Superman and things like that. And then at bedtime, Charlie was actually quite distressed. So obviously we talk about a lot of positive things, but obviously it's important that you understand what it's like for Charlie when he does get very distressed. I think it's due to him being tired. He just went to bed a few minutes ago. I've just been to check on him and he's snoring and he hasn't moved from his bed, so I think he was just tired. But he didn't really want to get into the bath tonight, which is unusual for Charlie because he loves water. Usually it's trying to get him out of the bath that's more of a problem, but it was reversed tonight. He was very distressed, getting dry, kicking, screaming. With the kids we alternate nights so that they both get that bit of time with us by themselves in the evening, and it was Dean's turn to put Charlie to bed tonight. And usually what will happen is he gets all his pyjamas on, has his drink, and he likes to be bounced around the bedroom a couple of times, have a few piggybacks, and then eventually settle into his bed, want tucking in, and he'll have a couple of stories, and then he just settles himself down for the night. But tonight he was very upset, he was lashing out, but Charlie really lashed out a lot tonight, and usually if he has a little bit of a wobble, he might just kick out a couple of times, have a bit of a shout, he slaps his legs when he's really annoyed, or bites down on his lip, which obviously we don't like him doing, we want him to hurt himself. But tonight he was launching himself around the bedroom, trying to hit his head off his toy box, which is solid wood, which isn't good, trying to headbutt walls. He was really going for it. Dean had to actually restrain Charlie, obviously in a completely, reasonable way, not like, something crazy. But he had to restrain him, and he was trying to lay with him in his bed and have a hug to try and calm him down, because usually just a cuddle and rubbing Charlie's hand will bring him out of whatever's upsetting him. But tonight that wasn't the case, and Charlie decided that he actually wanted to have his tantrum on the floor, which I'm quite pleased about because it's probably the most safest place for him to do. So he wanted Dean to hold him, but he wanted to be on the floor. So that wasn't very pleasant. I don't like hearing Charlie when he's upset. It really breaks your heart. But at least with him going straight to sleep, we'll put it down to tiredness. But the situations where Charlie can be like that, when he can be very upset, and it can be very sudden and very out of the blue. So obviously it's hard for Charlie because he might have a sore throat. Obviously if he's got a cough or a sneeze, it's something that you can visibly see what's wrong with him. But if he had a sore throat, if his stomach was hurting, obviously he has a hernia at the moment, so that could be hurting. And Charlie's shouts are all the same. They don't change in pitch. Every scream for any situation he's not happy with is the same pitch. So it's not like Charlie's made a different sound or a different cry for different things. So it's not like he has a cry for when he's poorly and there's not a different sound for when he's tired. It's just all the same. So it's like when you have a newborn baby and you're trying to guess what's the matter. So it can be a little bit difficult at times, but at least he's all asleep now, so I think he'll have a nice good night. Usually Charlie's quite a good sleeper. Also, a little topic that I'd like to cover, I'm not sure if a lot of you might have heard of it, you might not have, but it's called stimming. Basically, Charlie will stim, and what he's doing when he's stimming is usually flapping. So if you imagine you're trying to do an impression of a bird, that's what it's like. Or he'll make hand gestures like this, but very fast in front of his eyes. He might lick his hand quite repetitively. It's a very repetitive behaviour. So when Charlie's doing that, he can either be doing it because he's very happy, but obviously with not having a vocabulary, he can't say, oh, I'm really happy about whatever it is. So it comes out as a flap to say, oh, you know, I'm really excited and really happy about this. But sometimes if there's a lot of sensory going on around him, so there might be lots of cars going past, there might be dogs barking, we could be in a supermarket, very busy, lots of sound. Excuse me. And he'll do that, he'll stim, because it's taking his mind off the situation that he's in, that he's not enjoying so much. So today we had a lot of happy stimming, but then at bedtime we had a lot of not so nice stimming. There's a lot of conversations that go on about stimming, and we viewed a video that had been shared on YouTube a couple of months ago of a lady saying that stimming is wrong and we should teach our child not to stim, and that it is inappropriate and not acceptable in a public situation, which I strongly, as an autism mother, disagree with. If my child wants to flap or clap or keep licking his hand or spin a ball around and round and round to make himself feel calm, is that an issue? No. Is he hurting anyone by doing that? Well, obviously not. Would they rather my child lie down in a public place and hit people as they go past because he's distressed? No. In fact, Charlie gets a lot of attention when he's stimming in town, but usually that's quite positive. They think, oh, he's really cute or he's funny, which obviously we realise that Charlie's not trying to be either of those. He's just doing what he does to make himself feel calm in a busy situation. Like, he'll make a lot of loud squeals at the checkout in the co-op, because I don't know why, but his co-op seems to be the favourite place that we shop. So likewise, a lot of people then say, oh, Charlie, like people on the tails that we see a lot will say, you know, oh, Charlie, what lovely singing you're doing today. And it makes everyone smile around him. So when we watch negative videos about the high-pitched screaming my child might be doing to calm himself down, or the repetitive arm movements that he's doing to calm himself down, negative comments like that are not welcome. And obviously, this is just me being honest. That's the whole reason we do these videos, is to be honest. Honest about positive, but also about things when they can go a bit wrong. We also had some news today that Charlie's 6-month checkup with his paediatrician has been cancelled. Again, it was cancelled last time as well, because we see his paediatrician every 6 months. Now that Charlie's been referred from place to place and diagnosed, the meetings aren't as important because we're not pushing for anything at the moment, touch wood. But it's important to see, obviously we can see that Charlie's doing well, but to hear from like a professional side, oh yeah, Charlie's doing great, or he might give us some tips on things to do with Charlie to help him to learn. So it can be really quite, you know, important for us, because we're learning new ways to teach our child that'll be in a way that Charlie's able to understand. So yet again, that has been cancelled. So hopefully we'll have someone different coming to do the clinic, hopefully in a few weeks. Which also irritates me. It's good because then we still get to see someone, and obviously that's important. But at the same time, Charlie's not overly fond of his paediatrician. But he's started to calm down a lot more when he sees him now. He used to hide under tables and shout and scream, and he just wouldn't come out until we were going home. So we might get this new person for this clinic, this one-off clinic, and they might be great. They might be brilliant. But Charlie won't be happy about it, because it's somebody different and it's not what he's expecting to happen. And we could warn Charlie for weeks up until the appointment date. It's not going to be the same Dr. Charlie, it's going to be someone different today. But he might not take that in. He might not. We have no way of knowing that. We just hope that it sinks in. It's obviously annoying to some degree as well, because Charlie after he started seeing his paediatrician when he was 1.5. That's when we started the ball rolling with trying to get diagnosis and things like that. But only, I say, the last appointment, Charlie's been able to go into the room and to be calm. And I think that's mainly because they changed the room in the hospital, and it's a much brighter room, it's a bit bigger, so Charlie feels automatically a bit more safe and secure in that environment. So I think that helped. So if we go to this appointment with somebody different, that might set Charlie back, and it could be a long time until Charlie's feeling happy in that environment again, so that, you know, any little tests that need doing can be done with Charlie's full cooperation. But bar then, everything's been really good with Charlie. Lots of positive news from school. Really pleased that he's enjoying his swimming lessons. And he's there again tomorrow, so hopefully we'll have another brilliant lesson and we'll be able to share with you about his day. So there'll be a little video on the end, because there was a brief moment just after the bath where Charlie was calm. But I'm also wanting to try and catch some footage of Charlie when he's having one of his full-on paddy meltdowns. Obviously it's not nice, don't really particularly want to video him in those situations, but it's just so you can see. Obviously a lot of the footage you see, Charlie's very happy and very bouncy, full of energy, but I feel like it's important that you see the other side to autism, the side that can be really quite stressful both for Charlie and for me and Dean. It's like Charlie's little sister was only 2, and tonight she could see how distressed Charlie was. Normally, regarding Charlie's breakdowns, she'd probably still go and try and calm him down, because she's quite a little sweetheart like that. But tonight she just looked at Charlie and knew, okay, I won't go near Charlie tonight because he's finding this situation quite difficult. She did try to take him his milk, thinking that it'd make him feel better. But that's all I have to say for tonight, guys. And I hope you enjoyed the video. It's good to be back. So I will see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Night night.